What's up, everybody? Destroyer here. Welcome back to another cast of the Rise of the Witch King patch 2.2 version 6. Today we have a 2v2 on Buckland. Once again, casted on the Rise of the Witch King HD Edition Alpha. That is not available to the public. So, we have our first player in the bottom left, Solas, as Isengard. And his ally for this match is Andy, as Isengard as well. In the top right, on the opposing team, we have Asba as Angmar. And we have his ally Muadd as Men of the West. So we got Men of the West Angmar versus two Isens. And this is a fairly old replay from a replay back, so yeah, there's that. So anyway, Muadd is going for a stables. Undoubtedly going for a Gunner Knight starts. We have a Thrall Master starts here. Probably some good to bad warriors, I'd imagine, for Asba. And he is going for RotWK. So you need some RotWK, or some crossbows or pikes or whatever. Probably not pikes against Angmar, I would imagine, because that would be silly. And then you go for a clan setting here, or he's going for a clan setting. And he'll get Wildman. So he's going to start Wildman spam against the Cav of Muadd. That won't end well for Solas' Wildman. I can tell you that much right away. So we'll see what happens there. There's Golem as well. Might come into play at the game, might not. Generally speaking, the ring isn't usually gone for or even bothered with, but sometimes it is. Sometimes it's a feature. Let's put it that way. Alright. It looks like Asba is going to capture the outpost here. I was going to say, it looks like, doesn't even look like a full battalion. It's because they were on top of each other there. Alright, there's the first battalion combining for a nice war chant. And now they're both going to attack Andy, it looks like. Andy has sent some RotWK out here. But it looks like he's going to take a bit of damage in the meantime. And some of the good and bad orcs from Asba is being sent over to deal with some wildmen to keep Solas busy here. Solas has thrown down a warg pit, and he's going for warg packs. He's doing warg packs and wildmen. An interesting combo, to say the least. So that should be pretty good, though. Warg packs also help with the Cav. They're not particularly good against Cav or anything, but they are fast. And they can't be trampled by Cav. Kind of like Spiderlings, but I think Spiderlings actually much better, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, well the battalion of crossbows got absolutely destroyed. And he has brought himself out some Rook Pikemen. Not very good against the Gundabad warriors, but it is good against this. He has these to fight against the Gundabad warriors also. The Rook swordsman will do it nicely. These will still, they'll do alright. Especially if you can kill Thrall with it. And what looks like is going to happen there. The weakness of Angmar's Thrall Master system is the Thrall itself. If it's positioned awkwardly, can easily be picked off there. And here we have Creebine with wargs using their Howl ability, 50% damage, 50% armor. And they're easily able to take out a battalion of Gundabad orcs, which is not surprising. Also, these are actually good against swordsmen and archers, so Gundabad warriors are archers. Swordsmen. Not so much archers, as you might expect. It looks like Solas is going for the old wildmen with torches. Unfortunately, there was some Cav here from Muadd, and he didn't get very far with that. The outpost has been knocked down as well, so no more money for Asba. So far, the warg pack start is paying off, sort of. And now Andy's moving in with some pikes and swords. And Asba has got himself 2 battalions of Gundabad orcs and some Arudar spearmen now. None of which have textures yet in the HD edition. Well, actually, I think I can't tell. I don't think the Arudar spearmen have them either, if I'm not mistaken. I do have a Rise of the Witch King texture pack on, though, which does high definition texture anything that isn't touched by the HD edition, so it's kind of hard to tell sometimes which ones are touched and which ones are not. But there's the HD edition Rohan Spearman with that cool shield on their back. don't think I've seen them yet, actually. Cool. Well, that's pretty neat. I like the addition of the shields. Definitely helps them stand out as well. And he's going to try and fight off some of these rooks, which he should be able to do without too much trouble with these Gondor archers there. Muadd also has a well, so he can heal up his troops, which is always advisable. And also Muadd is doing nice cap charges into the wildmen, shutting those down quickly, so he can start working on the wargs. Because really these are going to be what's taking down the buildings, is the wildman torches, although these will still do a lot of damage as well. With their Howl ability, they do quite a bit of damage, in fact. So it's trying to micro around, trying to do as much damage without losing too much. And then swing it around. And there goes Muadd. Nice cav charge into the crossbow line of Andy. Pretty good damage. Didn't kill anybody though, but left them all very, very wounded. You gotta hate that. But it looks like he is going to mop up there. Very nice. So Muadd and Asba got a pretty strong force over here. Let's see what's going on over here. Asba is, well, was pushing him against Andy. Looks like he's pulling back though. Some wildmen from Solas being brought in here. Muadd sending the cav, and they get a nice run through after being stopped off by the hordes of Angmar units there. Now Muadd and Asba are pushing in on Solas. Solas is going to lose a few things here and there, as for certain. Solas is also going for some RotWK pikemen. I think Solas will be alright here. He has a lot of work packs, which should definitely help. And he is carving his way through that army quite nicely, actually. His Angmar's thralls are not particularly strong or anything, so Isengard usually outclasses him if he starts bringing in decent units. Although Wildmen are really considered decent units, but you put them on whole ground stance, give them a buff, they're not too shabby. They're definitely no RotWK. Alright, Asba's got a few battalions of Gundabad orcs in the back of Andy's base. And he does have some crossbows and wildmen to help counter this menace. Well, Muadd is sending in the Gunner Knights. Solas is sending in the work packs though to help. But that's, which he picked off a couple, one or two, for retreating. And I think Andy-san should be just fine here. He might lose this furnace though, which will definitely set him back a bit. You don't want to lose your furnaces if possible, so. Actually, I think he might be able to save it. If he can get this Thrallmaster down in time. Nope, he didn't save it. Unfortunate. Alright, Muadd's got army brewing. Some archers, some pikemen, and some swordmen. Get more archers as he do. And some more Rohan spearmen. Solas has got himself some pikes and a couple of battalions of wildmen. 3 battalions, in fact. Another battalion of pikemen out. And getting more wildmen as he goes. There goes the fell wind. I heard it. I didn't see it though. But I know it happened. I'll see how Muadd's attack does against Solas here. It's always tempting to zoom in more in the HD edition. As you expect. Everything looks nicer. Even the Gondor soldiers. Look at the Gondor soldiers. They look good. And the RotWK do as well, of course. Everything does. That's why it's so great. Alright, looks like Muadd is teching up to an archery range level 2, so you can get some Athelian Rangers, potentially. There is Hobbit 7. Frodo using the Vial of Galadriel to cause fear upon the ranks of Isengard's army, and he's mopping up a bit here. Hobbit's going into rock thrower mode to do as much damage as possible. They're much better in rock thrower mode than they are in sword mode, generally speaking. So I would advise you, if you summon hobbits, to switch them all to rock through mode, because they don't come in that version, that way, that mode. Ah, there we have some of the what they called again? Dark Rangers. The HD edition Rise of the Witch King Dark Ranger, which looks magnificent. Alright, we'll pull them out though. Let's see what Andy's got going here. I'll look at PowerPoints and such in a moment here, see who's ahead on the economy front and such. And there we have the Black Numenorians, if you didn't see those in the last 4 before I casted. That's the Black Numenorian Swordsman, that's the Black Numenorian Archer, so that's a new reskin for those. And they look pretty good. Much better than the originals, I find. Which is good, because if it's not better than the original, then it's not a very good remake, is it? Alright, so we got Thillians out here. Which also look really good, of course. Picking off a lot of rooks as they go in. I don't think too much damage is going to be done to the Muadd here. He's got lots of archer support. You should be just fine. And it doesn't look like any of the enemies are going cav. Nope, Solas can't go cav as of now. He's just got a level 1 thing, so he's not really thinking about doing so. And Wargrider's not the best cav anyway. But he's using Warg Packs to good effect, harassing the enemy with them. And down goes a mill. Hitting Angmar's economy is definitely advisable, because they have one of the weakest economies in the game, if not the weakest. No, elves are technically the weakest economy in the game. Because Angmar at least has Waldar. If you get Waldar and you start using thralls, you can get kills and get money that way. And elves don't have any economy powers whatsoever. Nothing, nada, zilch, zero. There's the long shot. Managed to finish off the majority of those. And the Black Numenorian Dark Rangers. I keep calling them Black Numenorians. Well, they are technically, but the Dark Rangers will finish those off. Swordsman, not the best counter to Warg Packs, unfortunately, for Muadd. Archers are, though. Alright. It says they're good against archers, though, so, I mean, technically, if they start attacking the archers, they'd probably maul them to death as well, but I guess pikes are really what you want to deal with the Warg Packs, ideally. But pikes aren't going to catch them very well, are they? Andy's managed to get a farm here. Solas is getting a bunch of the farms here. He's going to shut down the archery range and the barracks of Muadd. Muadd is... his base is ruined. That's not good. Asba's on full offense, though, against Andy-san. It looks like Muadd is also helping down here as well. That's probably why his base is in such disarray. So they're really going all or nothing here. Asba's not in any danger, but I'd say Muadd has definitely got some rebuilding to do now. That his base has been royally screwed. Alright, Muadd, the Man of the West player, has himself Hobbit Summon, rally call, 7 power points, 280, 300, so his economy is very small right now, as you would expect from after the onslaughts. Asba, the Angmar player, his ally, has Summon Orcs, Felwind, War Chant, 6 power points, 582 of 625, so he's got much better economy going. Andy's base not looking too good either, actually. He's got 1 farm. Just not ideal. Alright, Solas has himself Devastation, Wildman Summon, War Chant, Creebind, 6 power points, 212, 575 command points. And Andy has himself War Chant, Creebind, 8 power points, 148 of 250. So actually Andy has the weakest economy in the game right now. And the lowest amount of command points that he can have. So he's definitely going to need to get his farms back up and running. It looks like Asba is camping at the front of the base of Solas here. Although Solas is attacking the back of his base with some Urukai pikes. But I don't think he's going to get much done with those. We have lots of Black Numenorians and Dark Rangers being brought out, which is pretty good. It's definitely what Angmar wants to do, is just transition away from Thralls and into the tougher units. And Solas has decided to go for Warg Riders, and I think in this case it's going to be very effective. And a nice trample off on the Black Rangers there, Dark Rangers. I was calling Black Rangers because I mix up the Black Numenorians and Dark Rangers. It's hard to remember for some reason. There's a long shot hitting nothing, but the white summon has been brought out, and that will do some damage. Solas seems to be in a bit of a pickle at the moment. I don't think he'll die from this by any means. He'll have Warg Riders soon. He has crossbows and Wildmen as well. But if Muadd pushes in, then he might be in trouble. And he has arrived with reinforcements, though. Not a ton of them, but he doesn't have a lot of troops to spare, to be fair. He does have alerts, though. Alerts will pull back, because you don't want to go up against this by yourself. Help summon being thrown down once again. Oh, there's either a long shot, probably just a long shot. Managed to clean up a few Wildmen there and there. Oh, there's Faramir. Yeah. Good old Faramir. Ooh, Lurtz needs to be very cautious. Faramir's doing a lot of damage to Lurtz. Muadd's just like, kill this guy. Unfortunately for him, he will get away. Alright. I'd definitely say, in the current state of things, I would say Muadd and Asba seem to be winning the game currently. Could change, I have no idea. But they're not being harassed at the moment. They're building up, they're teching up as well. We're sitting on 3 Hall of the King's Men here for Asba. He's also going for a Troll and Wolf Den, so he can start getting Snow Trolls, Hill Trolls if he wants, even Dire Wolves. Not a bad choice, especially against Uruk-hai Pikemen. Actually do alright. Dire Wolves are not particularly tanky, but they do eat through Pikemen quite nicely, so they're pretty good. And they're fast, so it's not bad either. Alright, Andy's going for an attack here. I don't think he's going to get very far, though, against the forces of Asba here. Asba's force is pretty strong in comparison to what he sent. And a lot of them are Black Numenorians, which will carve through these Uruk Pikemen nicely. They really do look good, don't they? I think so. The Rangers and the Swordsmen are similar, but different enough to where you can tell them apart. Which is good. Because originally I thought they would, you'd have trouble figuring out which one was which from a distance, but I could pretty clearly tell which unit was which from a distance. There is long shots going down. Cool. Clipped a few of the troops of Andy's on there. Decent damage. Muadd has arrived with a pretty strong force. That was a Faramir wounding arrow if I ever saw one. Long shot going down as well. Actually, that might have been an arrow volley. No. Do many of us get arrow volley? Of course they do. Right? I think so. Oh, we got 2 Lurtzes here. We got Solas' Lurtz and we got Andy San's Lurtz. Looks like Andy San's Lurtz is going savage mode right now, though. As he's gone full sunburn. This is the Lurtz defense force. Meanwhile, while they're defending, Solas is pushing him with a little force on both players. Try and harass a bit. Muadd does have some Athenian Rangers here, but he's not paying attention, so they're not attacking yet. He's busy microing over here, as you would expect. So a little bit of damage will be done to the bases of the top players, definitely, but not too much, I'd imagine. Unless he manages to pull off a lot of destruction with this, but it looks like Asba is ready to intercept with some troops there. So too much shouldn't be happening there. Lurtz and the Isengard defense force have pushed back the enemy. Looks like Muadd has opted to retreat out of there. And Wormtongue has been brought out for Andy. Wormtongue has potential. Wormtongue's abilities are not bad. He can escape, of course. Go stealth. Self-dive. Venom's Words really is really good, though. It's basically like a free Creebine on an army. And then, of course, you got Backstab and Corroded Allegiance. Corroded Allegiance, of course, being very powerful against enemies with heroes. And there is the Rohirrim summon. And there is the beautiful HD edition Rohirrim. If you've never seen those before. They're good. And they are ravaging the base of Solas as well. Solas has now Feel the Fires, of course, as you see that glowy effect around his lumber mills. He's got a few lumber mills here and there, as you would with Isengard. This Isengard's economy is very tree-oriented, as they run off lumber mills with Feel the Fires. They also have Devastation, stuff like that. But of course they can go the opposite route and get Industry and not use those. They have a lot of economy options, which is why I like Isengard, actually. We get Hill Trolls out in the field. Looks like they did get killed, though. Some Warg Rider battalions are running amok. Uh-oh, these Hill Trolls need to be brought back, or that's not going to end well for him. Oh, dear. Unfortunately, he didn't see the attack coming in time. And a lot of his Black Numenorians died there. There is the White Summon. And in they go. Yeah, I can even tell from a distance. Like, look at the shoulder of the Hill Troll. They look like they're what's the word? Polygonal? Something like that. Straight out of, like, PS2 game. PS1 game, even. The texture itself looks good, but I think the shape needs to be fixed up a bit. So very edgy, please. But this is the alpha version. Things are subject to change, of course. Maybe. I don't know. Alright. Andyson is still alive here. He's doing well. He's starting to recover a bit. He has to get this army of Asba out of his base, and then he should be fine. Solas, meanwhile, is making a push on Muadd. Muadd is an arrow tower defensively put there, which is very good. And he's also got a statue next to it. So everything in this area. I'm pretty sure the statue affects the guys in the tower as well. I've always thought that was the case. But, I don't know. If it doesn't, well, I'm wrong. Looks like we have a siege works for Muadd. So that could be good for finishing off his opponents. Sticking on the thing will be much easier with siege. Is the fortress. Looks like Solas and Andy are pushing in now upon Asba. Asba does have, of course, a level 3 troll and wolf den, so you can start pumping out heal trolls and snow trolls. Snow trolls wouldn't be too bad here. Snow trolls against these all these wildmen wouldn't be bad at all. But hill trolls are definitely good as well. Wormtongue using his venomous words, as we heard there, but managed to get out of there. But not before debuffing the army of Muadd. Well, no team seems to be able to finish off their opponent quite yet. Solas has thrown in Berserkers to his army. He's also thrown up a tower and a Warg Sentry. He's a forward defense thing, which is a good call. He's also getting his lumber mills back up and running. And now he's going for Wildman Axe Throwers and Berserkers more. Use of Berserkers could be good. Could also be bad. Berserkers are... They have their ups and their downs, of course. If they get targeted down quickly, they die very quick. And it's just a single unit, so not ideal. But if they actually don't, they start doing pretty good damage to the ranks of the enemy. As they usually tend to kill quite a few in a swing, but down he goes. I think Wormtongue's actually helping out quite a bit here. Also, let's manage to cripple strike this Faramir. You should really get rid of Faramir. Oh yeah. If Wormtongue gets level 5, of course he gets backstab, which is pretty good against 50 heroes as well. Unfortunately, Faramir is going to die here. That will net level 5 to Wormtongue. That's definitely a loss that Muadd will feel. It looks like when the Angmar Isengard player has a Summon Dragon, that would be Solas. Is he the first to a 25? Seems so. He's actually doing very well on the PowerPoint front, as he's been constantly harassing his opponents, sending troops where they need to be, helping his ally defend. So he's been getting a lot of power points from that. And with the Summon Dragon and the army there, he's going to go straight for the fort of Muadd. I think this is going to be it for Muadd here. One quick brutal assault and Muadd is going to be knocked out. Down goes an arrow volley. Will it be enough? Or long shot? I think it's an arrow volley. It's definitely an arrow volley. Killed that side, but did not kill this side. I think Muadd is dead here. And down goes his fortress. Oh dear. And just like that, the game has turned upside down and Muadd is basically knocked out. It just goes to show with a timely placed level 20, or power, 25 point power, excuse me. I was fun to call it level 25. It's not entirely accurate at all. 25 point power and a army. If you time them right, you can actually get a nice attack in quickly. Do a massive amount of damage. There you go, Muadd has been defeated. And now Asba stands alone against the forces of Eisen. And I don't like his chances. And he has a pretty strong force as well. In fact, it's actually stronger than the force that Solas has currently. By far. As most of Solas' forces died. So he's going to hold on for now, but I think he's going to lose the majority of his stuff to Andy's attack. And it looks like he's deleting his buildings. And that'll probably be GG there. Indeed it is. Very nice. That was a pretty good game. That was a bit back and forth at times. I thought the Northern team was going to win that one for a bit. But no. Solas managed to turn it around and actually push back on Muadd and crush him. So that was pretty good. Alright, well there you go. That has been a cast of the Rise of the Witch King, patch 2.2. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.